once again. Welcome to Fred's Footy Fest, and today we'll be looking at round 16 of the NRL Premiership. Now for tonight's game, it's a clash between the Cowboys and the Panthers. So for this game, I think I'll be tipping the Panthers, only by a margin of 6 points, as half their side is out for the Origin, whereas the Cowboys only have 4 players. However, Panthers have some good juniors, and the Cowboys haven't been that great so far this year. So it'll be a close one, but I think the Panthers just edging out the Cowboys in this one. 3 o'clock tomorrow is a clash between the Knights and the Roosters. Now, Origin players James Tedesco and Lindsay Collins will be out for the Roosters, but Roosters also suffered a loss last week against the Panthers. They haven't showed up at all this year. Everyone expected them to be the best team, but they just haven't promised us. Whereas the Knights have Kalen Ponga, and he has been in great form since coming back from that injury. So, I think the Knights will get the job done, as they only have Tyson Frizzell out for the Origin. So, I think Kalen Ponga should carry the Knights to another win. Even though they lost to the Broncos, they put up a big fight against a side who will be seeing finals footy. And 5:30 on Saturday is a clash between the Eels and Manly. Now, last round, both these teams got a very good win. The Eels beating the Bulldogs on King's birthday, and King Gutho in that match got a hat-trick. And Manly, on the other hand, easily edging out the Dolphins, thrashed them by 50 points. Now, for this game, I think I'm going to have to tip the Eels, as Manly's halfback replacement is Jacob Arthur, and everyone will know he will let the team down. In my opinion, I do not think he's good enough for NRL. I think he'll make a lot of mistakes, and I think the Eels still have the better forward pack, even though they're missing out on Junior Paulo. Manly's forward pack is rubbish. They get tired out too easy, so I think Eels will easily get this job done. 7:35 is a clash between the Tigers and the Storm. Now, last week the Tigers were easily beaten by the Titans, whereas the Storm got a major upset against the Sharks. Now, for this game, as previous matches stand, all Origin players are out, so Melbourne will struggle with this one, but so will the Tigers, having Appy Coruscant out. I'm still going to tip Melbourne. They still have Jerome Hughes in the team, and they still have some of their other great players. And since they came back off the loss from Cowboys and managed to thump the Sharks, that's pretty incredible, and I think they deserve the credit of getting my footy tip for this week. And the final match to wrap up this week of footy is a clash between the Sharks and the Bulldogs. I think this one's a no-brainer. I'm going to tip the Sharks. They pretty much have no Origin representatives, and Nico Hines has been dropped from the Blues team, just for everyone's information. So, Sharks will easily get the job done. Nico Hines is their best player. He played really poorly last week, but they're playing the Bulldogs this week, so hopefully he should redeem himself. So, I'll tip the Sharks. And that's my tips for this week. Tune in next week for some other great games, and we'll have a sneak peek of that now. It is the Dragons playing the Warriors on the first game of next week. That is pretty weird having that match. Usually it's a big match like Broncos or Roosters. Saturday will be the Dolphins and the Eels, followed by Panthers and Knights. And rivalry game is Storm and Manly, followed by Sunday's Queensland rivalry in the Broncos and the Titans. And the Rabbitohs will play the Cowboys.
Fantastic.
And then the last game of the match will be the Roosters and the Raiders. And Bulldogs, Sharks and Tigers all have byes next round. And that's it from me. See you next week. Bye.